homerjnick here with a summary update on the leaderboards on Diablo 3 on consoles for week 3 of season 11. It's been a great week according to the leaderboards, with a lot of progress for many players. This video covers the PS4 leaderboards, and at the end of this video there's a comparison of how the PS4 community is doing against their fellow Xbox One Diablo 3 players. So that'll be an interesting comparison. I'll do a separate video discussing in detail the Xbox One leaderboards, and I'll put a link in the description of that video in this one. I'll also link in all the spreadsheets containing all of week 3's leaderboard data. So without further ado, let us start with the PS4 softcore solo leaderboards for week 3. Alright folks, remember that the number of asterisks against a player's name denotes how many primals they have, and I would love to have captured the paragon level of each player as they recorded their GR run, but sadly the PS4 leaderboards do not show the status of the paragon, which is a shame. Anyway, the wizards, as you can see, they are all mantled healed lightning wizards naturally, and in softcore they have cleared up to a 99 and seem quite competitive, with a few players who are 99, 98 and 96. So after 3 weeks we have a 99 on the leaderboards for the wizard and softcore. The witch doctors are up there too. They've cleared a 95, and as you'd expect, the LON spirit barrage is holding top spot at the moment. So that's the witch doctors and softcore have done a 95. The ridiculously underpowered necromancer has only cleared a GR 107. Shocking. After 3 weeks in softcore, the necromancer, the newest class in the game, has cleared 107. With the Rapha Mages build, I expect the Tragul Lance one to beat that at the end of the season. I'm no expert in the necromancer, but a GR 107 after only 3 weeks is the status of the necromancer on softcore. Monks are on a 93 that they've cleared with the raiment generator, followed very closely by the LON LTK monks. Again, they seem quite competitive in softcore. No surprises to see that it's all Shadow Impaled Demon Hunters, and quite incredibly every one of them in the top 5 has cleared a GR 95. So that's very good and very competitive again. So 95 for the Demon Hunters in softcore. And again, not a surprise, all Hammerdins on the Crusader leaderboards. But 100. Only the second class to break the 100 barrier in week 3 for season 11. And so there's 2 players there who have completed a GR 100 in softcore. And finally, the Barbs, all Leapquake in softcore, and they've cleared up to a 91. And again, seem quite competitive with a few players going for top spot on the leaderboard. So they've done a 91. So again, I'll highlight the difference. I mean, the Necromancer on 107, the Barbarians on 91, the Monks on 93. I think Blizzard have got a little bit of balancing to do between classes for next season. But that's the softcore solo leaderboards. Let's have a look at the softcore group leaderboards. Okay, so the 2-man group has cleared 103 with a support barb and a Tragul Lance build. So that's not bad after only 3 weeks to clear 103 in softcore in the group setup. The interesting one is the second spot, that support Necro. I've not seen much detail about that via PC version of Diablo 3 or the console. I haven't seen many builds for that. That's an interesting setup that they've got a support Necro along with their Rathma Mages to clear 102 in second spot. But the top 2-man has done 103. The 3-man leaderboard in softcore has cleared 106. You've got the Crusader, the Hammerdin for the killing the trash, the support mechanism, the Barb, and the Rift Guardian Killer with the Tragul Necro. So that's cleared 106. And again, it's followed by a couple of groups on 105, and that seems quite competitive again. So yeah, 106 for 3-man. But look at 4-man. After only 3 weeks, we have clears well above 110. we have that 4-man group at the top spot has done 115. And their setup, I would say, is probably going to be the top meta for Season 11, with your Tragul Necro, your Support Barb Monk, and your Trash Killer from the Firebats Witch Doctor. So, after 3 weeks, 115, which is fairly impressive stuff. So that is the softcore group leaderboards after week 3. Let's move on to hardcore. So in hardcore solo leaderboards for the wizards, they're all Mantled Lightning wizards, as you can see, and top spot has cleared a 94 in hardcore. Not bad for that after 3 weeks. The witch doctors, there wasn't much movement in week 2. They seem quite static, but this week there's a new entry for top spot, and that's a GR85 being completed with the Spirit Barrage build. So that's the witch doctor on an 85 in hardcore after week 3. The Necros have almost breached 100 in hardcore at the end of week 3, with a 98 cleared using the Wrath of Mages build, and again that's fairly impressive stuff. The monks are quite static. The LTK build is still on an 88, which was the same as last week, and the demon hunters, all shadow and pale, have cleared a 92 in hardcore in week 3. No surprise to see the Hammerdins top spot in hardcore as well. It's cleared an 89, and that's 3 levels above position number 2. So an 89 for the Crusaders in hardcore after the 3rd week. And our Barbarians, all Elite Quakes, have cleared an 86 in hardcore. And so again, the leaderboards there for hardcore are the same as softcore and solo, in that the Necro is head and shoulders above most builds. The bars, witch doctors and monks are several greater riff levels below the necromancer. So again, highlights, balance is required. So that's the hardcore solo leaderboards. What about the hardcore groups? Okay, so here is the group set up in hardcore at the end of week 3. So the 2-man leaderboard's quite interesting. You have they've cleared up to 94. And there's a couple of interesting builds in there. There's the LON Necro, which you don't see much in its 2nd spot, but there's also that rather curious hybrid Necro build. I don't think it's an actual build, or I don't know of it anyway. Maybe somebody can tell me. But it's got top spot anyway with the Wrath of Mages Necro. But 2 Necros have cleared a 94 in 2-man. And in 3-man, that LON Necro is in the same group and cleared a 96 with a 3-man group. So again, it seems to be a very interesting build for that. So all 3 groups in hardcore in the 3-man setup have cleared a 96. And in 4-man, we again have what's going to be probably the top meta in Support Barb, Support Monk, Firebats Witch Doctor and the Tragul Necro, and the top group there have cleared a GR99 in hardcore at the end of week 3. Again, fairly impressive, and is 5 GR levels above 2nd spot. So that's the current setup for the end of week 3 for softcore and hardcore solo leaderboards and group leaderboards. I like to do a quick check on the progression from week 2 to week 3. So let's do that. So this is a comparison of week 2 on the left against week 3's entries on the right for the softcore solo leaderboards on PS4. And so as you can see, on week 2 the Lightning Wizards had a 97 as top spot, and now they're up to a 99, so 2 GR levels in the week. The Witch Doctors, well, they went up from a 90 to a 95. That's excellent progression, isn't it? The Necros went up from 104 to 107 in softcore, and the Monks went up from 89 to 93. So that's quite good progression between all those 4 classes. The Demon Hunters stayed on 95 between week 2 and week 3 as their top clear, and the Crusaders went up 1 level to hit the 100 barrier in week 3 compared to their 99 in week 2. And the Barbs also went up a level from a 90 to a 91. So that's the progression from week 2 of softcore solo. What about the softcore groups? So they did 101 in the 2-man leaderboard in week 2, and they've gone up 2 levels to 103 in the 2-man leaderboards for week 3. Last week the 3-man groups did 104, and they've now gone up to 106 this week. And the 4-man group doing very well. In week 2 they did 111, and now at the end of week 3 they've gone up 4 GR levels to 115. So those guys are pushing hard. It'll be interesting to see what they can do at the end of week 4. Well, that's the softcore progression. Let's have a look at the hardcore progression. So here's how the hardcore solo players progress from week 2 to week 3. The wizards went up 4 levels from a 90 to a 94, and the witch doctors went up 5 levels from 80 to an 85. The necromancers went up 2 levels from a 96 to a GR 98. The monks were static this week, with a GR 88 being the top clear in week 2 and week 3. The demon hunters went up 1 level from a 91 to a 92, and the crusaders went up 4 levels from an 85 to an 89. And like the monks, the barbs were static on a GR 86 as a top clear in week 2 and week 3. So that's the progression for hardcore solo. What about the groups in hardcore? It certainly seems the groups were very busy in hardcore in week 3, as the 2-man group have gone up from a 91 to a 94. The 3-man group have gone up 6 levels from a 90 to a 96. And the 4-man groups have progressed from a 93 to a 99. So that's pretty good progression all round for all the leaderboards from week 2 to week 3. So again, it'll be interesting to see what week 4 brings. But that's the current status of all the leaderboards in hardcore and softcore, solo and group. Let's now bring up a screen comparing all the clears for the PS4 and what our fellow Xbox One players have done. So here is the softcore and hardcore, solo and group clears for both PS4 and Xbox One at the end of week 3 of season 11. So let's take a look, shall we, at the softcore. As we can see, on Xbox the wizards have cleared 100, and on PS4 99. And the witch doctors have both cleared 95 on both consoles. So that's good to see. The necros are very close at a GR 105 on Xbox and 107 on PS4. And again, the monks are very similar, on a 91 on Xbox and a 93 on the PS4. The demon hunters and softcore have done a 96 on Xbox One, while they've done a 95 on PS4. The crusaders, they've done a 96 on Xbox One, and in softcore they've done 100 on the PlayStation 4, so that's 4 levels above. And the barbs have done a 92 on Xbox One and a 91 on PS4. So again, that solo leaderboards, they seem very similar on both platforms, which is excellent to see. In the 2-man group setup, on Xbox they've cleared 103, and on PS4 they've cleared 103. On 3-man they've cleared 105 on Xbox One, and they've cleared 106 on PS4. But the 4-man group's very interesting in softcore. There's many battles last season. There's many groups pushing on the PS4 in softcore, and it looks like it's the same again this season. And on Xbox they've cleared 107 in the 4-man group, but they've cleared 115 on the PS4, 8 levels above. So, and there may be a reason for that if you have a look at my other video that details the Xbox leaderboards. It seems to be the case that there isn't many necros on the 4-man groups in Xbox. And as we know, the necro is now the best class in the game for DPS. So perhaps that's the reason why Xbox players are on 107, while the PS4 is on 115 in softcore. In hardcore, very similar. Wizards have done a 93 on Xbox One, but on PS4 they've done a 94. And the witch doctors, there's a 5 GR difference from an 80 on Xbox and 85 on the PS4. The Necros in hardcore have done a 95 on Xbox, and on PS4 they've done a 98. Monks are very similar in hardcore. They've done a GR87 on Xbox One, and they've done an 88 on PS4. Demon Hunters outperform PS4 on both hardcore and softcore. The Xbox guys have done a 95 and they've done a 92 on the PS4. Crusaders are also very interesting in hardcore. The Xbox One guys have done a 96 in hardcore, 7 levels above the 89 done on the PS4. And the Barbs have done an 82 on Xbox One, but they've done an 86 on the PS4. So again, the solo representatives there are all quite similar. Very interesting to see that Crusader. I wonder what the reason for that is. Is there more Crusaders on the Xbox at the moment, or is there just a lack of them on the PS4? But that is the situation there with the hardcore clears on both platforms. The two-man groups, Xbox have done a 96, while PS4 has done a 94 in the two-man group. On the three-man group, the Xbox have done a 98, whilst on PS4 they've done a 96. So the Xbox guys are doing well in two-man and three-man setup, and in hardcore they finish it off with 100 on the four-man setup, whilst they've done a 99 on the PS4. So that's good to see. I think that just shows, well, I know there's a healthy player base in the PS4, and there's lots of groups pushing, and so it looks like it's the same on Xbox as well. So that's just the full summary, the full roundup of the leaderboards on Diablo 3 for Season 11 at the end of Week 3. I've got another video that details more in depth on the Xbox leaderboards if you're interested in that. But that concludes the Week 3 ones. I look forward to Week 4 and seeing the progression as we conclude the first month of Season 11. So I'm homerjnick, and I'm out of here.